Welcome back once again, Forging friends. We are at our final Keyforge Celebration 2022 Winds of Exchange deck. Last sealed deck opening, and like I said in the last video, I have plans for other things. One of which I have that, you can see over there, that Mass Mutation box, and this over here, Worlds Collide box. Was thinking I would open those if you guys wanted to see that. Also, I was thinking about doing some individual card commentaries and things like that, so there'll be content coming up here. But for now, let's see what we got here in the final deck, which is called Kermit Domicile Playwright. And it's green too. Oh man, this is the It Ain't Easy Being Green deck with Ecuadon, Star Alliance, and Unfathomable, 3 great houses. And the token creature is an Ecuadon. Looking forward to seeing what we have in here, seeing how frog-based this deck happens to be. All right, dropping down the Archon card. And let's have a look here. We have the token creature. It is the Diplomat. It is a 1-power creature with elusive, and after reap, each player gains 1. So you reap with it, you get 2 amber, and your opponent gets 1. So if we're already pretty far ahead in terms of keys and amber, this could be really good. So let's see if we can get advantage off of this with other cards in our deck. Starting with Unfathomable, we have the upgrade Toxicutive Venom. Amber, when you play it, this creature gains poison. Pretty cool. Good for fighting. Sunk Cost is an action card. Play, choose a house. Your opponent discards a random card from their hand. If the card belongs to the chosen house, make a token creature. So it's a little, it's a little bit of a chance card to make a token creature. But either way, you are discarding a card at random from their hand, which is always good. And we have 2 of those. This one with a capture pip. We have the Skullback Crab, 1-power creature with poison and action steal 1. So it's annoying, and if they fight into it, that creature dies. Very, very good card. Kelp Minder is a 5-power creature that enhanced 1 capture pip and 2 draw pips. We have a second one of those. We've got Kamalani, a 4-power creature. Destroyed, make 2 token creatures. Very good, actually. It has many uses. So you can reap with it, fight with it, and then whatever happens, you get the token creatures out of it. So, great card. Initiation. Make a token creature. If you have fewer than 4 cards in your hand, archive Initiation. This is I think, the best recurable token creature generator, because if you're playing Fathomable, you pretty much are going to have 4 or less cards in your hand unless you had a crazy draw turn somehow. So, really like this card. Crushing Deep, action card with an amber pip. During your opponent's next turn, keys cost +3 for each forged key they have. So up to a +6 increase in key cost. Pretty cool. Fuguru, 1-power creature with poison, and your opponent refills their hands to 1 less card during the draw card step. So a weaker succubus with poison. Pretty cool. We've got the rare Bryozark, a 6-power creature. When your opponent plays an action card, instead of resolving its play effect, destroy the creature on your left flank. Okay, so we want to generate a bunch of token creatures. It'd be great if we had tokens with destroyed effects. But in any case, we want to look for destroyed effects on the rest of the creatures in our deck and really line up a bunch of defenses on our left flank and keep him on our right flank, because that is a huge amount of disruption. I love seeing cards like this. Yeah, this is what I would call a floodgate, where you can just basically prevent your opponent from playing action cards, which is huge. Excellent card. We've got the Brackish Shoreline artifact with an amber pip and a draw pip. After a creature fights, it doesn't ready during the ready card step this turn. It doesn't ready during the ready card step this turn. So this is discouraging fighting. All right, so this deck seems like it just wants to disrupt fighting, and I feel like that's the play. Disrupt action cards and disrupt fighting. That's pretty cool. Okay, cool. Going on to Star Alliance, we have Teamwork. Make a token creature. If there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, archive Teamwork. Recurable. Can be used if you're playing from behind, but ideally we won't be. We'll see. We have 2 of that, which is actually really cool. We've got the Specialist Guthrak, a 3-power creature with Skirmish. After fight, after reap, capture 1 amber for each house represented among Specialist Guthrak and his neighbors. Okay, so you want to put him around creatures of opposite house. So keep him on a flank, and then put something else after him, basically. Interesting card. Okay. We've got Scout Chief Courageer. Scout Chief Courageer. 2-power creature with play, make a token creature, and after fight, after reap, make a token creature. Pretty awesome token generation here. That's great. Want to protect him for sure. Photon Blast is an action card. Play, deal 2 damage to a creature with 1 damage splash. If this damage destroys 1 or more creatures, make a token creature. Usually pretty solid. You know, if we're playing against a Winds of Exchange deck, they're bound to have a token creature, and a lot of them are 1 or 2 power, so I think this has got a good shot at getting its effect most times. And we have 2 of those. We have the Future Booster Artifact, Amber Pip, Draw Pip. Omni, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it on the bottom of your deck. Great card. I mean, that is a great way to just kind of constantly being able to kind of procure your ideal hand. Good stuff. We have the Friendly Guide, a 3-power creature with elusive, and after you use one of Friendly Guide's neighbors, you may use Friendly Guide. Okay, so we're seeing a theme here. We want to put him by off. We want to put a lot of creatures off house. We want to stagger creatures as much as possible so far in this deck. All right. Echo Reflector, upgrade, Amber when you play it. This creature gains your opponent's keys cost +3 Amber. Okay, so Amber control, a static Amber control that you just put on a creature. Good to see. CR Officer Hawkins, 2-power creature with a draw pip. Deploy and gain 1 Amber for each of CR Officer Hawkins' non-Star Alliance neighbors. All right, so again, we're trying to stagger creatures here, but then again, we want to, you know, if we ever have 2 of our other houses, it'd be either the Ecuadon or the Unfathomable creatures next to each other, we can slide them in between them. Pretty cool. Detention Coil, upgrade with a Neighbor Pip. This creature cannot fight. Great to put on opponent's big creatures. Hold the Line is an action card with an Amber Pip and a Draw Pip. If there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, draw cards equal to the difference. That's a great come from behind card. On to Ecuadon. We have the Old Tinker, a creature with 3 power, elusive, and after reap, discard a card from your hand, draw a card. Good to get more options. We have 2 of him, which is nice. Mass Buyout is an action card. Play, destroy each creature. Each player gains Amber equal to half the number of creatures they controlled that were destroyed this way, rounded up. Okay, so you can use this to get a bunch of cards in your hand, or just destroy your opponent's board if they have a big, scary board. Versatile card. Generous Offer. Action card. Destroy a friendly creature. If you do, steal 2 Amber. So I don't know that we've seen too many destroyed effects. I think we saw one that lets us make a token creature, and this would be great to play on that. So we would get a benefit from a destroyed effect and steal 2 Amber. That's a pretty solid card. General Zaora is a 4-power creature with skirmish and play. For each forge key your opponent has, each forge key your opponent has, make a token creature. Okay, pretty cool. Not a great early game card. You want that mid to late game. Forced Retirement, action card. Destroy a creature. If you do, its controller gains 1. I think we have a decent amount of creature control in this deck. We have Ostrasha, or is that a D? I think so. Distrasha Recruiter, 4-power creature. After reap, make a token creature. Another recurable creature, a token creature generator. Good stuff. Auction Off, action card with an Amber Pip. Persian Artifact, its controller gains 1 Amber. So I think we have a couple artifacts that we can get rid of with that if we really need that extra Amber push. Cool. Or we can actually just get rid of an artifact from our opponent's side too. We've got the Shizuoku Swapper with a Capture Pip, 1 power, 5 armor. After fight, swap control of this creature with the creature it fights. So that way, you know, especially if our opponent's not playing Ecuadon, we can just take their most problematic creature and they get a creature that they potentially can't even use, which is awesome. We have the Ikwiji Outpost, an artifact with an Amber Pip. Put a friendly creature on the bottom of its owner's deck. If you do, draw 3 cards. Really, really good card. I think I saw this a lot at the Sealed and Alliance tournament. A lot of good use of this, just drawing a bunch of cards, recurring cards. If you have a token creature that's a card that you want to actually get back in your deck, you can just use this on that. So it, I think it just provides a bunch of advantage. Great card. We have the Gizrahi Blacksmith, a 4-power creature with elusive, and at the start of each player's turn, that player chooses to either make a token creature or draw a card. And this is a card that my opponent will get to use first, right? Because I play it and they take their turn next. I think this is a card you play when you're already ahead. Yeah. So this is one where, you want to make sure you get the most advantage of it out of on your own. And so it's a judgment call when you want to play that. Interesting card. Corner of the Market is the last card in this deck. During your opponent's, and it's an action card, and during your opponent's next turn, they cannot play cards, and each time they discard a card from their hand, they may instead archive that card. So you can give your opponent a big archive for the benefit of them not being able to play any cards. So that is great after maybe a mass buyout, board wipe, or destroying all of their artifacts. It's a great end game card. Last couple of turns, play this down, could win you the game. Overall, I'm really excited about this deck. I think it's going to be a pretty solid one. All right, let's count the number of creatures we have here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 creatures. Pretty good. Actually, pretty average, solid number of creatures. I like that. Let's look at the amber on the cards. So we have 1, 2, maybe just 2. We'll cut that as 2. 3, 4, because I feel like we'll always get that effect off. We'll cut that as 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so not quite 2 keys. It's kind of middling on the creatures. I mean, middling on the amber, but more than around average number of creatures. But I think the main thing about this deck, also, hold on, before I say that, let's count the number of token generators, because that's really important, I think, especially in this deck. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we've been seeing 7 a lot, actually. So I would say that's more of an average number of token creature generators. So above average number of creatures, I'd say a lower number of amber on the cards, a lot of token creature generators. But I think the cool thing about this is that we have Corner the Market to prevent them from playing action cards, and then we also have that Bryozark creature. So we have 2 ways of kind of preventing our opponent from playing action cards. Really, really disruptive. Like to see that a lot. I don't know that we have that many destroyed effects, so Bryozark probably won't get that many chances to like really get an amazing use out of destroying a creature. But I think preventing our opponent from playing action cards, even for 1 turn, could be a huge, huge swing. Make all the difference. Yeah, this is a really good guy to have on the left flank. Keep him on the left flank as much as possible. But yeah, I think that'll be the key here, to disrupt our opponent from playing action cards. And then I think we had another thing to prevent them from fighting as well. So kind of shutting down our opponent's options is the name of the game here. Pretty cool. All right. Gonna try that one out for sure. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. That was the last sealed Winds of Exchange deck. But like I said, I'm either going to open up that Mass Mutation box next, or that Winds of Exchange box. That Worlds Collide box next. If there's any other content you guys would be interested in, feel free to leave a comment. And I appreciate you watching. Till next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.